Hello, Siri Apologetics. How are you?
Hey, brother. Good. How are you?
Good, man. Yeah, just doing a little thing here on 9/11 here, just kind of to remember it. What were you doing on 9/11? Do you remember?
Yeah, absolutely. I was studying in Chicago. I was at Chicago, and I was on my college campus when I first heard, about the attacks. And I was like, "Wait, what?" I couldn't even believe what I was hearing. Just simply unbelievable. So I remember it was in my college in Chicago. I was studying. Yeah,
All right.
so
And
very, very shocking.
did
It's some,
were, were you surprised when you found out it was Bin Laden?
oh well. Well, yes and no. Initial surprise, of course, but then eventually it sunk in.
Mhm.
Who else can we put our finger on, right? I mean,
Yeah,
the
because I
most radical.
yeah I remember Bill Clinton. He said that the minute the second tower hit,
Uh huh.
he instantly said in his head, he said, "This is Bin Laden." He knew instantly that it was Bin Laden, because he had failed to deal with Bin Laden, and kind of so, and so it there was a lot of people who said instantly thought it was Al Qaeda, and Bin Laden,
Right,
so
right. But boy, I mean, it was very, very tough to take it at that time. It was so shocking. Something like this could happen right here on our shores.
yes,
And the biggest irony, I don't know if you saw, Michael. I'm sure you know about Surah 9111, huh?
of course, yes. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. It's there's so many other verses too. It's not just, it says here, to the 911, Allah has indeed purchased from the believers their lives and wealth in
Mhm.
exchange for paradise. Wow.
Right?
They fight in the cause of Allah and kill or are killed.
Or are killed.
This is a true promise binding on him in the Torah, in the Gospel, and the Quran. Right. Yeah. Where is this binding on him from the Gospel of Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Dare you? How dare you? And in the Arabic, it does have the Torah and Injil. Of course,
Mm.
you want to try to what's the word?
In You mean in Surah 9111?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Here's the transliteration. Trying to put it here.
yeah. I pulled it up here. Let me show
Oh, okay.
show the
Hmm.
and the this is the clear Quran.
Right.
This is a true promise binding on him in the Torah, Gospel, and Quran. You know,
Hmm.
and his promise is truer than Allah. So rejoice in the exchange you have made with him. That is truly the ultimate triumph.
Hmm.
They fight in the way of Allah and shall slay and be slain. It
Hmm.
is a constant binding. So,
Wow.
wow, that is
Yeah.
wow. So,
Have you have you have
should
you
I ask?
been? Good. Sorry.
I'm sorry. What kind? Your accent? I noticed your accent there.
Mine.
Yes,
What about it?
I just noticed a little bit of an accent there. Is there? Which country is that from?
How do I look like?
Uh, I can't.
Brother, ask a good question. Right.
Pakistan,
Unfortunately, no, no, with India,
India. Oh,
right?
okay.
And I say unfortunately because of Zakir Naik.
Zakir, do your best Zakir Naik impression.
Hold on, let me see. Find one single unequivocal statement, whether in the Bible or in the Torah, says, "I am God," or it says, "Worship me." Oh my goodness!
That's pretty good, man.
Oh boy, what an embarrassment.
Wow. Wow. XYZ says on 9/11 I was 1.5 miles from the Pentagon. Wow. So did you hear the plane crash when it hit the Pentagon? XYZ? Wow. Yes. And then there was the September 11th with the Benghazi situation, which, Hillary Clinton was where the ambassador was killed. And they blamed it on that movie, Innocence of Muslims. And,
Mm.
okay. All right. XYZ said he was in a building when the plane hit the Pentagon and he didn't hear it. Wow.
He was in the Pentagon,
Yeah, he was near the Pentagon when
near the in a building near Pentagon. Okay, wow.
yes. Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. So
So it's been 22 years already. Wow.
yeah. Do you think that people have learned the lesson about, the reality of, Muhammad's teachings and stuff? Do you think that the public has learned?
I think on the whole, like generally speaking, I don't think there has been much awareness after that, except for a select few who have started to question, the Quran and the teachings of Muhammad. But on the whole, because of all these, political, narratives, the stereotypes and the narratives that they try to push, that, oh, it's a peaceful religion, peaceful teaching, and so on. I think the narratives that they push play a very key role in, people's thinking. But I think some of us, we have sort of, learned our lesson, and we come a little hard on them now, with good reason. We're
Yeah.
not we're not letting them slide under the carpet anymore. But
Yeah.
on the whole, I think the politicians are such spineless,
Mm,
very spineless, and they continue to push the same narrative, the same agenda, and try to cover up and sugarcoat, and you know how it works here
yes.
in the West. Very sad state of affairs.
Yeah.
But
It,
I think a few of us, continue with our campaign by God's grace, and I think we need to continue. What you
yes.
got?
Here's George Bush.
Nations that are often victims despair themselves. Mitchell also sends a message to all Americans. Our nation is waging war on a radical network of terror, not on a religion, and not on a civilization. As we wage this war to defend our principles, we must live up to those principles ourselves. And one of the deepest commitments of America is tolerance. No one should be treated unkindly because of the color of their skin or the content of their creed. No one should be unfairly judged by appearance or ethnic background or religious faith.
Yeah, George Bush is the one who originally came up with, Islam is a religion of peace.
Mm,
So
mm.
it was kind of his. Oh yeah, sorry, the sound is real low. I couldn't get it any. I couldn't get it any louder than that. So,
Mm, mm.
uh, of course, he's right. Nobody should be mistreated. Nobody should be treated unkindly. This isn't about people. This is about
Ideology. Yeah,
ideology. That's the
absolutely.
issue. And the ideology is very clear. That the ideology is very clear. It's in the Quran, it's in the Hadith. Muhammad was very clear about it, and
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. There was a plane that hit the first tower, the one plane that hit the second tower, and the plane that hit the Pentagon, and then there was the plane that was crashed in Pennsylvania to prevent. it from hitting the White House. You
Mm.
know,
Wow. Wow.
the passengers were watching on their on the news
Mm.
what was happening with the attacks in New York, and then they heard that their plane had been hijacked and it was intended to hit the White House.
Mm.
They overpowered the terrorists,
Terrorists.
crashed the plane
Mm.
in Pennsylvania.
Sure.
So, wow, you know, just
Can you imagine if that plane had been successful? Wow.
yeah, yeah, it was intended to hit the White House, you know, and just, yeah,
But yeah, I mean, we don't judge people and an individual. That is for sure. But at the same time, we must rightly critique and judge and criticize the ideology. I
right.
mean, ideologies don't have feelings, as they say. People do have feelings,
Mhm.
so we don't want to unnecessarily, offend or judge any individual as such. However, ideology must be judged, and that's what we do. That's what you do, and
It's preaching of the gospel is our intent, and exposing,
mhm,
arguments that exalt themselves against the knowledge of God,
Christ.
and so that's the whole purpose, and
Hmm. Hmm.
our purpose never changed. It was this way before 9/11. It was this way after,
Sure.
even 23 years later. The message of the gospel never changed. Our
Right.
calling to preach the gospel never changed,
Hmm.
and so
Yep. And especially like one ideology has this stamp and monopoly on these activities. So we really need to examine the ideology and people instead of, and I'm talking about Muslims, like those who call themselves moderate. When will they start questioning like what's going on? Why is it our ideology that has such a monopoly? The degree and intensity of attacks, it's just mind-boggling. So
yeah,
instead of defending mindlessly and blindly, they need to be vocal about it and see what's going on.
yeah.
So,
There was another attack in 1993, the 1993 bombing, and who was the guy who was behind that? Do you remember?
93.
Yeah, the 93 bombing of the of the World Trade Center. There was
Was it from somebody from the Middle East or here?
yes, yes. He was a famous sheikh. His
Oh,
name is Omar Abdul Rahman.
ah,
And they arrested him, and he tried to bomb the World Trade Center first of all, and then when he failed, when they were taking him to jail, he said he kind of said something like, "Next time, I'm not going to fail." You know, so a very wicked man.
wow.
And, yeah, I have his picture here. He was called the Blind Kid, the Blind Imam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's very well, uh, very highly considered. Omar Abdul Rahman.
Oh, wow. Never heard of this guy before. Hmm.
Yeah, he's the first one to try to bomb the World Trade Center.
Oh, trade.
1993. He failed, of course, but he did do some damage.
Hmm.
There was the bombing, 1993, because the 1993 World Trade Center bombing was a terrorist attack carried out February 26, 1993, when a van bomb detonated below the North Tower of the World Trade Center. A 606-pound nitrate hydrogen gas enhanced device was intended to send the North Tower crashing into the twin, the
Hmm.
South Tower. Okay,
Wow.
so
Looks
but
like Uthman in disguise in an old man in the comment section.
yeah, taking down most of Killington. It failed to do so, but it did kill 6 people, including a pregnant woman, and caused over 1,000 injuries. About 50,000 people were evacuated from the building that day.
Mm.
And the attack was planned by a group of terrorists, including Ramzi Youssef, Mahmoud Abu Halima, Muhammad Salama, Nidal Ayad, and Abdurrahman Yassin. Okay, so they I mean, so,
And even after the 911 attacks, as one website famously reports, 43,939 terrorist attacks just after 9/11. So in the last 22 years, we have 43, close to 45,000 attacks. Wow.
you know the you know one thing that I was reading there is Bin Laden says that they didn't know the real reason. They're afraid to say the real reason, but you know, uh, as long as that the book encourages that, you know, it's it's going to be a real threat.
Hmm.
So let's look some more quotes by Osama bin Laden. Um, I have sworn to only live free, even if I find bitter the taste of death. I don't want to die humiliated or deceived. Wow.
Mm.
Well, he died both humiliated and deceived. So,
Wow.
wow.
So only to live through even the taste of death. Ah, okay.
Uh, I,
Yeah.
I'm fighting so I can die a martyr and go to heaven to meet Allah. Our fight now is against the Americans.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. I support Muslims whether here or abroad. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. We do not mind establishing a long-term truce between us and you. Yeah, that's called, what do they call that? Where there's that long-term truce. Uh, they do them quite often, and as long as you're in that truce, you're safe. But it could break at any time. You
Oh,
know,
the truce
yeah. What is it called? There's a name for it too.
in in the Islamic religion, or sorry. Oh,
It's
okay. Ah,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. A
Uh,
period of period of something, right?
yeah, they do it all the time. I
Right.
can't think
Like a
of.
ceasefire sort of
Yeah,
situation. Uh,
it's like a ceasefire. Yeah,
right.
they used to do it all the time in the
It
middle.
Yeah, there is a technical term for it. Yeah, I've heard it, but not able to recall it.
Another, we love death. The U.S. loves life.
Mm,
That is the difference between us two.
mm,
We treat them in the same way. Those who kill our women and innocent, we kill their women and innocent until they refrain. So there
mm,
he's trying to say that what he did, I guess, in 9/11 was kind of revenge
mm,
for what America had done.
mm.
Here it says, we declared jihad against the U.S. government because the U.S. government is unjust, criminal, and tyrannical. It has committed acts that are extremely unjust, hideous, and criminal, whether directly or through its support of the Israeli occupation. Yeah. Mhm.
Mm.
That's that's talking about the Palestinian issue.
Right.
The country of the two holy places, that would be Saudi Arabia, has in our religion a peculiarity of its own over other Muslim countries. In our religion, it is not permissible for any non-Muslim country, any non-Muslim, to stay in our country. Therefore, even though American civilians are not targeted in our plan, they must leave. Well, that's what Muhammad said. The last thing Muhammad said is get the Christians and Jews out of Arabia. And so, yeah. Any thief or criminal or robber who enters another country in order to steal should expect to be exposed to murder at any time. For the American forces to expect anything from me personally reflects a very narrow perception. Yeah, even though he did work with the Americans in Afghanistan before. Every country in the world has its own security system and its own security forces, its own police and its own army. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, nothing here that's too profound. I mean, we've heard so much of this from him before.
Mm.
And it says, all people who worship Allah, not each other, are equal before Him. We are entrusted to spread this message and to extend the call to all people. Yeah, and we are, called to extend the message of the truth of Jesus Christ, the true and living God, to everybody as well. And we were commanded by Jesus to do that. Praise be to Allah, and prayers and peace upon Muhammad. As long as I'm alive, there will be no rest for the enemies of Islam. I will continue my mission against them. So, we're not continuing it now. The hostility that America continues to express against the Muslim people has given rise to feelings of animosity on the part of Muslims against America and against the West in general. This is just bin Laden's quote. That's what he says. Any country that steps into the same trench as the Jews has only itself to blame. Okay? Jihad will continue even if I'm not around. America has been hit by Allah at its most vulnerable point, destroying, thank God, its most prestigious building. So,
And what an irony it is. In, I think, Surah 5, 20, 21, 22, in that region, it says Allah is the one who settled the Jews in the Holy Land.
yes, it does say that. Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
522 or something. Yeah.
Let me look, because I actually looked at that yesterday.
Right.
Is it 522?
5 20 21 22, one of the three. Surah 5 20 21 22. Allah is the one who helped settle the Jews in the Holy Land. So whenever I hear all these rants, I just point them to, hey,
قال يا موسى كن فيها قوما جبارين وإن لن ندخلها. So we will never until they leave. Okay. Let's see, maybe 23.
yeah, let me find them. Surah 5, let's see.
Okay, surprise them through the gate. If you do, you'll certainly prevail. Put your trust in Allah if you are truly believers.
20. Read 20.
Thank you. Okay. And remember when Moses said to his people, "O my people, remember Allah's favors upon you, and He raised prophets from among you, made you sovereign, and gave you what He had never given to anyone in the world."
And 21. 21 also. Sorry. 21 is the one. Yeah. You see that?
Yes. Okay. O my people, enter the Holy Land which Allah has destined for you, and do not turn back, else you become losers. I just want to see it in Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
يقوم 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 ادخلوا الأرض المقدسة التي كتب الله لكم. In the Arabic, it's even stronger. It says Allah wrote this, decreed this for you.
Wow.
So yeah, so
There you go.
521. Yeah. So yeah.
We have a lot of common words in our language and Arabic. I didn't know that when I.
Oh, okay. Somebody's telling me that they can't because of my mic. They can't hear me very good. So yeah, uh, that's very interesting. So
Yeah, all the kitab and kursi and the same words we have in our language.
yes. Well, Islam has spread the Arabic language to all over the world. You know, made it
True.
one of the biggest languages in the world, along with
Yeah, yeah.
Chinese and Spanish and English. You know.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I keep hearing these words like majnoon, and I'm like, wait, yeah, that's the same.
Yes. So cool.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you a fan of El Fadi?
Well, he was the first one to. I used to post on his Facebook page a lot. Like we used
Okay.
to get into debates, and I used to participate a lot. And then I posted one video of Zakir Naik. I had made one video where I ripped a lot of Zakir Naik sentences out of context and made him look like he's an atheist, and whether Muslims pray to Allah, it doesn't make any difference. Like misquoted him out of context, and
Hmm.
I made his video and made him look like a total idiot. So Fadi, when he saw the video, he's like, "Hey, come on the show and let's discuss about context and how they rip our Bible verses out of context." I'm like, "Yeah." Anyway, so he was the first one to invite me on his show, and
Okay.
that's how I started my little ministry, so to
All
speak.
right. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, Syria apologetics. Yeah,
Okay.
same one. Yeah,
We'll check that out.
yeah. That
Yeah.
was cause it's been so many years we've been watching Zakir Naik. Like all his out of context quotes and ripping like I can do nothing on my own initiative, and my father is greater than I, and same old nonsensical out of context quotes. I'm like, let me punish him. So one day I was in the mood. I'm like, let me find a lot of his videos and snip small snippets out of context, and I made him look like a total joke.
Yeah, I did one episode about Arabic lessons with Zakir Naik because his Arabic is so bad. And so, but he always uses that. He says, in the Arabic, in the Arabic language.
Yeah, he's a parrot. He's a parrot.
Yeah.
Just like a parrot would memorize songs and words and look so intelligent, but he's so dumb.
Mhm. He's very much, he just echoes what Didat
Didat said it.
he
Yeah,
did say,
he's,
yeah,
he's a sidekick of Didat. Yeah.
which is what all of them say. They all say the same.
Oh, same parroting. Same.
Which is why we have to address it's like five particular arguments, and Father Nicolai has outlined what they are. And
Right.
those are and we have to keep hitting at those things. We got to keep talking about them.
Right.
Hopefully, their eyes will open. And they will be, the
Ru- right.
set
I'm
free.
just sheer deception. I mean,
Yes.
it's just no substance in their arguments. Just ripping the small Bible quotes out of context,
Yeah.
and that's what they made an entire career out of. Let me just, yeah, I proved him to be an atheist, a vegetarian,
Yeah.
and that he loves, like he promotes homosexuality and pornography, and I made him look like a total joke. Like just snipping his words out of context, exactly how he does
Oh,
to our
he
Bible. Here
right.
I
Oh,
shared.
I see what you're doing. So you're trying to turn the table on him there.
Turn the tables, yeah. Because there's no point in explaining them the Bible verses. I learned my lesson. I used to first be on the defense, and I start to explain them the Bible verses and so on. But I learned my lesson. They're not here to listen to
Yeah.
our explanation. In fact, just turn the tables back on them and
Mhm.
make them realize what they're doing to our text. So I sent that particular video in the YouTube comment section. Yeah.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah,
you know that's very effective. When they attack the Apostle Paul,
yeah,
a lot of our folks, they try to explain and use which is good. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it, we should, but at the same time, Surah 36, 14 and 15 and Ibn Kathir's commentary tell us that Allah is the one who sent Paul. So just turn the tables back on them.
mm,
Halal
yes,
marriages.
yeah. We have to do something about that sometime about the halal marriage. In Arabic, it's called muhallil.
Mm.
Yeah, but
After the divorce, another man has to,
yeah.
quote unquote, I can't say that right now.
Somebody here is asking how you came to Christ.
Oh, well, I have my. Let me just post my testimony. One second. Yeah, in '99, late '99, I was in Chicago. That's when I came to the Lord. Till then, I was just a nominal Christian, not much interested in the gospel of Christ and getting saved. But '99 was the year, a turning point in my own life, where I came to the Lord. I think my personal testimony. One second, I'm just going to. Long story short, I can just share the link which I shared with Brother Al Fadi.
Okay,
So here we go. That's for me. Yeah, that's my testimony.
okay. Let me go ahead and.
How about you, brother? I'm sure you must have shared the story earlier.
Yeah,
But which year did you
I
come to the
was
Lord?
45 years ago. I've been a Christian for 45 years. So
Wow, wow. Must be a teenager back then.
yes, I was
Almost.
15 at the time. So I was
Wow,
watching TV, and I was a Muslim. And as I watched, the Holy Spirit just fell on me.
wow,
Um, and then when he came, I knew that he's the Son of God, and it changed my life.
wow.
It was so powerful. It was such a miracle when he came, and that's why I love listening to Muslim testimony of ex-Muslims, because it's almost always the same in some way,
Absolutely.
and they go through the same struggles after they get saved.
Sure,
With
sure.
their families and with their feelings and everything. And so
Right.
I always like to listen back because it always is encouraging. So,
For some reason, I have a very, very special place in my heart for ex-Muslims. I mean, anyone that comes to Christ, I'm just fascinated by their story, but especially ex-Muslims, because you guys, it's no joke.
yeah,
For you to convert and come to Christ, man, you guys have some real challenges out there.
yeah,
I mean, it's the hostility, the hurdles. I've heard some stories where people ran through fields at night because their family was chasing to murder them, and I'm like, you guys pay the price, ultimate price. My gosh.
yeah. I've been. Um, Someone saying I've been shot at more than I've been shot at. The Jews shot me because they thought I was an Arab terrorist, and the Arabs shot me because they thought I was a Jewish Hitler. So but praise God, none of the bullets hit me.
Wow.
But they hit my guitar and they hit my car. That's
Ah,
but I've been protected by from a lot of
am-
that. But I've lived in the West most of my life, so I've been
amen.
but over there it's very real. The danger
Right,
very
right.
right there in your face. So
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, ex-Muslims. I'm very very fascinated by their stories and their struggles after they come to Christ. It's no joke. It's
Yeah,
no joke.
yeah, it's
Because you pay the price in every sense. Like spiritually, if you are wrong, you know the consequences. Physically, you the what's the word, ostracize,
ostracized. Yeah,
ostracized, and the family disowns you, and also they come to your life. You know, like you may pay the price with your life. It's so real. The struggle is very real. So ex-Muslims are very strong. The ex-Muslims who come to Christ, it's been my observation, very very strong. And also the Sikh, you must have heard about
yes,
the Punjabi, the people wearing turban in India. You know, those Sikhs who come to Christ are very strong, but especially the ex-Muslims. I've seen them really, really strong believers because they mean business when they come to Christ. You know.
you really everything Jesus says in Matthew chapter 10.
Mhm.
It's almost like when I read that, it's almost as if it's written for somebody from a Muslim background because it's exactly what happens.
Right,
So I
right.
really love Matthew chapter 10. And it's
Hmm.
very similar to what happens to Jews who come to the Lord as well, because
Hmm.
a lot of the things Jesus was dealing with was specifically about the Jewish persecution, of
Sure, sure,
Christians, but it's very similar to the Islamic persecution that
sure.
Muhammad foisted on the world. So,
Hmm. Right. Yeah, I personally know this pastor, now a Christian pastor, but he came from an Islamic background, and his family they chased him, and at night 2 a.m. or something, he ran through the fields to save his life, and by God's grace, he made it alive, and now he's a pastor. What an amazing testimony, and so powerful,
yes,
very powerful.
yeah,
So
and I want
wow,
to agree with Tiger. Yeah, every single one of us
one
has our
obstacles.
own
Yeah,
to bear, our own persecution, and sometimes the persecution is harder could be harder from a Christian family, that so-called
true,
Christian family that
true.
considers you know uh, Christianity or
Sure.
uh, like
Right,
charismatic or Protestant or something, considers that a cult.
right, right.
Could be
I
just
mean, everyone pays some price to
yes,
follow Christ, no doubt about it, and everyone is so precious and so special. But just sort of my observation that ex-Muslims, I've seen them very, very, very strong, very committed, and I'm sure like you must have faced so much hostility when you
and
accepted them.
yes, it's true. And but praise the Lord, He came to me in such a powerful way. It's like you can't deny what happened. It was
Mhm.
so powerful. It was such a miracle that I know it's the truth. So,
And how do you say her name? Ada or Ida? My gosh, I am just so, I'm so fascinated by you both. You guys are so amazing, man.
thank you so
So
much.
amazing. I keep looking at your posts and the way she goes at it. Wow, I'm like you are a lioness in Christ.
She's amazed. She's here, sitting here listening to you. So thank you so much.
Hey, great work, sister.
She
Yeah,
says,
you're so bold. My goodness. Yeah,
I,
you're very.
I remember one time we were standing. There's a supermarket we used to go to and stand out there with the cross. And I've gotten in hot water over there many times. And one time she was with me, and she was going at them, and it was just like, oh, babe, I think we need to go home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. She's no. like no sugarcoating. She's
Yeah,
very direct, but that's good. I mean, I appreciate that kind of attitude. She means business. So
yeah.
you guys are really good. I love you both.
Okay, she wants to say hi to you. So.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
That's
Yeah, I love your posts and the way you comment, and there's no sugarcoating, no political correctness. You just go at it, and that's what I love about you. I'm like, that's who I want to be, when I'm
yeah.
doing my ministry. I mean, of course, we want to be polite, we want to not unnecessarily offend anyone, but at the same time, we don't want to sugarcoat and be politically correct and drown ourselves in that sea of political correctness. And
Compromise.
I don't know if you remember me. I sang a song, Armenian song. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember. Yeah, I remember. I remember. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing. Can you
Uh,
sing it, or you forgot the lyrics?
no, I do remember. You want me to sing right now? My goodness.
Whenever you want. But
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask you: are you also a member of Christianity or Islam?
I think somebody added, or probably you invited me. You had invited me, and I had joined that group. So I believe I am, but you can send the invite again just to make
Yeah,
sure.
that's my page. So if
That is okay. Wow. Yeah, I really appreciate you both. I mean, we always saw Steve and we're like, wow, he's doing amazing work and he's so bold. And now you coming on board and you both are like on fire for the Lord. And I'm like, wow, that's the couple right there.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. God bless you, brother. I appreciate
Sure, sure. So yeah. So you are proper, you speak Armenian.
I do.
I see.
I speak Farsi too.
Oh, really? So I can. Hey, Yashat Tahurem.
He says
Did I?
today is not Friday, and I'm very sad.
Shot love, shot love.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
Was that Armenian or
yeah.
Persian?
No, that was our name.
Okay.
Yeah. So amazing. So you both go to these places daily, or
Not we
we
usually
try?
on a weekly or bi-weekly.
Sure,
Whenever there's
sure.
some event or something, we like to take the cross out and just stand there with the
Ah,
cross.
so you guys are in Orange County mostly, or
Yeah,
Orange County?
around Southern California and stuff.
Uh, Let me know. I might swing by because I'm not that far away from you.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to have you come. And in fact, when I start visiting, there's some other places that I'd like to visit to go share the gospel, and
Hmm.
I'll let you know. And,
Sure. Yeah. There's a huge mosque, and when I remember David Wood, and it was Anthony Rogers versus Shabir Ali, and that was the first time I visited that area. And I mean, I've been to that area, but not for the apologetics ministry work. And I was like, wow, that's such a huge mosque. Remember that mosque in
yes, yes,
Orange County?
yes, that's a huge.
Right.
Yeah, we've been there many times. That was,
Right.
yeah,
But
unbelievable.
you have an upper hand. You can speak Arabic, and that's where you can.
Well, I remember
Laugh.
there was a woman walking by with three of her daughters, after prayer, and they're all wearing the hijab and stuff. And I said, that Muhammad said that men can beat their wives, right?
Mm.
And the lady said, the mother said, no. And I said, look at 434. Look at
Mm-hmm.
434. And the girls were all listening. And you guys, it's like, I know there's Muslims, they want to punch me in the nose for bringing this up. But you guys, this is in your book. And it's not fair that they not know about it. And
True.
so, I love going to that particular mosque. It's really a place to witness and share the gospel.
True. And there's a watchtower, something happening. Watchtower or no, not watchtower. what is it? They have one upcoming
Oh, the Muslim
Hatun Tash and David Wood and everyone is going to show up.
be awesome.
Strong Tower or
Strong
something.
Tower. Yes.
Watchtower is Jehovah's Witness.
Yes.
What am I talking about?
Well, you know what? The similarities between them is awesome. You know, there's so many similarities, and between Islam and Jehovah's Witnesses. So,
Okay.
as there is
Right.
between Islam, all the religions are the same. They all have
Right.
the same author, and they all do the same thing. They want to make Jesus a little bit smaller than he is.
Exactly.
Real
Exactly.
small Jesus, one that fits into their convenience. You know.
Absolutely. They want to reduce and tone down his deity and
Yes.
make him look like a man. Yeah.
Yeah, and nothing else.
Right. Right. That's the pattern we see in.
Well, thank you, brother, for coming on. I'm going to go to bed. I got to go to work early. So, but I appreciate you coming on and sharing some
Thank you.
time with us. And
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
bless your
God bless
ministry.
you.
And
Thank you, sister. Thank you.
when we start going out again, you know, we'll give you get in touch with you. Hopefully.
Contact me. I would love to get together and we can hang out and just do the apologetics work and maybe visit some nice Armenian restaurant and have some baklava.
Well, you know, that's an Arabic food that they took from.
Yeah, is it?
Anyway,
We don't eat baklava.
okay, baby.
We don't. Baklava is not Armenian.
No, it's not.
No, it's ours.
It's Armenian, but it's from Armenians from like Lebanon or.
Okay. Because I used to have some coworkers, and they would Armenian coworkers, and they would bring the baklava. So, for some reason, I thought it was Armenian dish, but good to know.
It can be from Armenians that are from like Arabic speaking countries.
I see.
But Iranian Armenians, we don't eat baklava. No.
I see. So Steve has the bragging rights. I can see.
I got
baklava. We don't want
I got baklava and hummus. Those are my only two things that I got, man.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Well, God bless you both. Take care, and thanks for having me on.
Wonderful night, my brother. God bless you, man.
Thank you.